Up next, we have Rabbi Paula Mack from the Orangetown Jewish Center.
Good evening, everyone. When I was 12 or 13 years old, some silly fight among my friends escalated, and I remember saying to my father, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. And my dad said to me, too bad. You have to deal with it because these are your friends. These are the kids you care about. I was thinking of that recently. My circle of influence has greatly enlarged from my little junior high school class. And now I think of myself as one of many human beings created in the image of God. And I, some days, would really like to say, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. And my dad's words echo, I have to, because we all have to. We have to take advantage of this moment in time when hatred tried to win, and instead we're gathering with love and understanding and acceptance. That is what we have to do. We can't say, I don't want to deal with it. We've just begun the new month of Elul on the Jewish calendar. It is actually the very day of the new month. How auspicious to be meeting here. And on this day, we look forward to an entire month as a Jewish community of repair and return to the very best that we can be. And how do we possibly do that? The work seems so great. What we can do is 1 degree of change at a time. We don't have to upend the whole world. If we were standing here thinking one of us could solve these issues, I guess we wouldn't have to all be gathered here. But if we can each change 1%, 1 degree, instead of turning away from our neighbors, turning toward them. Tonight, we're here for freedom, and we're here for democracy, and we're here because we trust in justice. This week, in the Torah portion, we will read the very famous Tzedek, Tzedek Tirdof, justice, justice, you shall pursue, rallying together, uniting the fight. This is the way we pursue justice together. When Brooke invited me to speak, she said, just share the reaction of your community to what happened in Charlottesville. And there's no way one Jew can speak for Jews. There's no way one of anything can speak for anything else. But I would like to share with you my reaction. When I think back to the events, which I found out about late Saturday night of that week, all I could think about was this picture in my mind of the president, a lay leader of the synagogue in Charlottesville. He wrote about standing on the front porch of that synagogue while 40 to 50 people inside the synagogue on Saturday morning said their Shabbat morning prayers. He stood there as neo-Nazi white supremacists walked up the street chanting, there's the synagogue, burn it to the ground. And at the end of services, they went inside and told those congregants, you need to leave by the back door. This is the United States of America. And that, if you want to know how I'm feeling from Charlottesville, that's exactly how I'm feeling. But our task, I believe, is to prove truly that love is more powerful than hate. Despite the evidence of the past weeks, love is more powerful than hate. And love comes from knowing each other. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says that the test of faith is whether I can make space for difference. Can I recognize God's image in someone who is not the same looking as me, whose language, faith, and ideals are different from mine? If I cannot, then I have made God in my image instead of allowing God to remake me in his. I'd like to return to the idea of 1 degree of change because Brooke and Joe challenged us to do something, and I think all of us want to do something. So what we can do here is find people every day we don't know, and we can know them. One of my teachers told me that her mother, who's a nurse, has been eating lunch in her hospital at the same desk with the same circle of friends in her department for the last 15 years. But from somewhere, I don't know, that second week in November, somewhere in that time frame, she started eating lunch with every single person in her hospital, inviting them to sit down with her as a woman of color, a nurse in a large city hospital, saying, I want to know you, here I am, who are you? And so while our work is beginning here, our work is not complete if somehow some of you say, oh, now I understand what it must feel like to be a Jewish person in these times. No. Our work is not done until people like me can say, oh, now I understand what it is to be a lesbian in these times. Now I have a friend who has told me what it means to be an African American in these times, or Hispanic, or a person who came here to live from Haiti or Dominican Republic, a person who is other from me, but so similar to me. That is our 1 degree of change, my friends. Know people. And before you leave here today, I challenge each one of us. Look someone in the eye, someone you don't know, and introduce yourself to them and ask them, who are you? And tell them who you are. Because that is the direction toward love. And I believe that love is stronger than hate. Thank you so much.